Hello Pisces, welcome to Lanmou Tarot. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the last 2 weeks of April 2019. Thank you for your continued support, Pisces. And doing a little bit more shuffling on camera as usual. Spirit, what guidance message do you have for Pisces friends? Guidance message you have for lovely Pisces friends. Guidance message for Pisces friends. Here we go, Pisces. Here we go. And this is the after tarot for the main reading. We'll use the cosmic tarot this time for clarification. 9 of Wands. That card jumped out while I was shuffling off camera for you and meditating on the energy. Judgment. 9 of Swords. The Queen of Cups. The 5 of Cups. And the Devil. Ooh, Pisces. You are dealing with some stuff here, huh? Alright, and we have the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom. So what's facing you, what you want to get to, what you're working towards, or the goal, or basically what's facing you right now, he's that 10 of Pentacles energy, right? You want to get to, and here we have the child with that chest full of golden coins. We have that older gentleman. This is like a whole community here. This is not just, it doesn't feel like just like a family situation, because it opens up to the yard. And look, they're leaving, the adults are leaving, and they're leaving the child with the pet here to play with the gold coins. So there's a sense here you are dealing with some sort of an inheritance, family values, family property, something that's that concerns the whole family here. But there is a sense, of course, of wealth, of material wealth, that is, but also a sense of family legacy here for you, Pisces. And that's causing a lot, that's bringing forth a lot of negative energy, it seems like, because what we start here with is a 9 of Wands, and that's the second time I'm seeing this card for you, because I saw it while I was shuffling, like I said before. And that 9 of Wands here, there's two people in on this card. There's a card of setting up boundaries, needing to set up boundaries, or needing to move away from setting up too much boundaries, right? Or perhaps it's too much, but it's warranted, that need for self-protection here, that need to protect, because you can see he's still bandaged up. He has gone through some stuff, right? Things have happened to him. That's why he's wounded. So he's not trusting yet that the coast is clear. So he still feel the need to protect the turf here. But on this card, he's holding one. There's someone behind him that has his back. He has a partner here. He has support here. Okay, so we have at the bottom is the Queen of Cups. That's your energy, Pisces. You're the one who feel like you gotta protect. And here, look in that Queen of Cups here. What is he holding in one hand? Yeah, there's a fish that has come out of the cup. She's holding the fish, but her eyes are still in the cup. She has a fish in her hand, but she's still looking into the cup, right? There's really a sense here of like, there's something I cannot see. There's something looming. There's something that's not over yet. Like she's still inspecting that cup, right? And the Queen of Cups is it must be your energy, Pisces, your water sign. And so it's like, I don't think it's paranoia that need to protect so much, especially that you're back up now. And there's a real sense here in this reading, having that 9 here and that child here, that this is dealing with some kind of there's a child in the picture, okay, that's causing this anxiety. And I'm saying anxiety as I'm looking at that 9 of Swords there, that we'll be talking about shortly, because the 9 is like the completion of the pregnancy, right? The 9 is the completion of the pregnancy. Yes, it's a fire sign, but fire and energy here. This kind of passion, aggression. But number 9 is the month of pregnancy, and we have a 9 of Cups here again. But we also have here the mother. Queen of Cups is also very emotional queen. It's your energy, Pisces, but also energy of Scorpio and Cancer. So here she's putting the fish out of the cup. It's as if like 9 months is over. We're gonna remove the baby from the container, from the room, from that cup. And fish is also a sign of, right, of like, it's like bearing fruit, like fruit of the sea, right? Like it's also a sign of like of children, really. Like in a way, I see it that way, at least in those water suits when I'm looking at the tarot. So like this is like she's pulling the fish. The fish is out of the room after those 9 months has finished. And it wasn't an easy pregnancy. It might have seemed like, if you, some of you, that's your story. You're dealing with pregnancy issue, because what's facing you here is inheritance, right? We have the child and a pet. It's a family. It's your legacy. It's your plentiful, right? Because the 10 of Cups is like wealth. It's having everything you could imagine for. Like, you know, you've worked hard. You've gotten all the 10 of your pentacles, right? And so this is what's facing you, and this is what you're looking at here. The sense of protection is like you're protecting that child, you're protecting that pregnancy, you're protecting your room, making sure there's nothing there, there's no danger there. There's a real sense of that here for you, Pisces. I don't know if some of you are about to give birth, just gave birth, or dealing with someone who just gave birth. There's a sense here on there's a message that's coming very strongly here about that. I'm trying to move away from it to find a different message, but that's where it is right now. So Judgment is your next card, and let's look here what's at the center of that Judgment card. A baby. That's the infant. The infant is rising up first. There's a call here to judgment. The like, it's like the angels are saying it's time, right? It's time. And here at the bottom there's a sense of loss. Oh wow. Is it possible that one of you have lost a child? I am so sorry. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here, but look, this is judgment, right? It's like the angel here have called up the child, and then what we have is disappointment, loss, sadness. There's blood that's coming out of this cup. It's not just water. The 3 cups that are spilled, there's blood. And look behind him. Someone is drowning. And that's the child going up to the angel. They've been called home. It's like, it was like a difficult pregnancy. It was a difficult pregnancy. You had support, but you were trying to really protect yourself. But look, the fish is out. She's holding the fish, but she's still looking in the cup like something is wrong. Where's my baby? And here we have that child going up to the heavens, and someone needing comfort. And what do we have here? It's the nine of swords, and that 9 of swords here is one of 4 swords are up, and then he's holding 1 sword. There's still 1 more sword to go, 1 more month to go, 1 more. It's not completely finished. And here comes the dragon, and he's trying to slay the dragon. It's also a card of anxiety, okay? Mental conflict, staying up in the night, overthinking a situation, what has happened here. And having that 9 here, it's as if that dragon, someone came into the night and took away that child from you. And what's at the bottom of that 9 of swords? The devil card. That's like a very, very sad story here for you, Pisces. I'm so sorry having to deliver that story. If this is not dealing with childbirth or losing a child here, for some of you, what I'm feeling, it may be that you felt like you needed to put this is such a heavy energy. I cannot even explain it to you. Like my right eye is twitching like crazy. I'm like, it has taken me to a place I can't even. Let's burn some sage. If this hasn't happened yet, it's something that's in the process, Pisces. Please pray if you have faith. Pray, ask for guidance from your angel, from the divine, and just keep it like positive, okay? Still believe that the best is going to happen. Don't put any negative energy, any negative notion into your mind, okay? Because here is one I like. This is very sad. This is a very sad situation. Like, if this is not dealing with a loss of a child or a premature ending of a pregnancy, even if this is have to do with oh gosh, I can't even, guys. This is just so much right now. If this is not the case for you, somebody here is dealing with a situation where they're still dealing with lust, where they felt like they were protecting themselves as much as they could in the situation. You are protecting yourself, you are keeping your guards up, you are setting up boundaries, and still you feel like when it was time for to make that call, when it was time to make a judgment, you might feel like you've been abandoned, okay? You may feel like your guides, your angel God has abandoned you. You may feel like you did everything you felt like you were supposed to do, and that you've been left empty-handed, isolated, and that there's nobody there, that nobody understands you, even God has given up. That's the sense here I'm getting, okay? Or for some of you, you may feel like it would be better if it was that time for you to just go, because you have a lot of anxiety. There's someone here that may be dealing with a lot of anxiety. If it's just a personal situation, it's just you're feeling that sense of aloneness, of isolation, of loneliness, of just deep sorrow, okay? And that like fate hasn't favored you, and that it has brought you a lot of anxiety, where you cannot relax, you cannot sleep, you cannot, because there's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of negative energy, negative entities around you, okay, for some of you. And I feel like it may not be coming so much from the outside as it's something that's internal, that you have to deal with yourself. What you want is that peaceful family life. What you want is to enjoy the fruit of the labor, like for your family to support you, for you to be provided for, okay, for your family to trust you and to provide for you, to inherit, right, the fruit of your family's legacy, to carry on that legacy in some way. That's what you expected. You were the golden child, to be the golden child. That's another story here for some of you. But what has happened is completely the opposite. You feel like there's been a turn of fate, and that it wasn't to your favor, and all you can do now is be anxious, and you feel almost like you're stuck in a negative energy, and there may be negative entities that are attaching themselves to you because you are in that space, in that mind space. What is some clarification on the Judgment card for Pisces, Spirit? I think that is the most negative reading I've ever done, publicly or personally, in private. What is the some clarification on the Judgment card for Pisces? And we have Justice, Divine Justice, Pisces, Divine Justice, Pisces. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, in the eyes of God, it's fair. It's divine justice. It's happening the way it's supposed to happen. And I feel like that's how you're feeling right now as well. That judgment call, it's divine justice. Something has happened, perhaps from a previous lifetime, that you're paying for right now. It's very hard to say, but whatever it is negative things that you're dealing with, it's supposed to happen. And it's like you're paying the price, whether it's for you or it's the legacy of your parents that you're paying for right now. You're paying the price of their sins, or it's your own sins, but there is a sense of divine justice here. Before, the justice card just fell in Judgment card, but we could already see that. I could sense it. The message already been channeled. That's how you're feeling. Clarification on the Queen of Cups, Spirit. Clarification on the Queen of Cups for Pisces. Clarification on the Queen of Cups for Pisces. And you have 2-9 here. So the good news is you're almost at towards the end, right? Then so you can get rid of that burden. Not all is lost. You can go through this energy. You can transmute that energy. You can embrace the light. You can pray. You can whatever you have to do to, but don't get stuck in this situation, in that energy here, okay? Clarification on the Queen of Cups for Pisces, Spirit. Clarification on that Queen of Cups. Clarification on that Queen of Cups for Pisces. The Queen of Pentacles. Again, Queen of Pentacles, folks, that's the mother. We have the Six of Cups at the bottom. Is a card of child and childhood again. The Queen of Pentacles, that's a mother. That's an earthy mother. So it is dealing with you being a mother. So for some of you, that is the story here. It has to do, that fishy, it has to do with that child. And that child, and you're still looking inside the cup. Where's my child? The Queen of Pentacles here is a queen that has a lot. It's a very wealthy queen. It's a queen that's very that's bountiful, if you will, that has everything she could ask for, but she's also a nurturer. She is the mother. She gives life, okay? The Queen of Pentacles. This is just so so sad here. And she's also the watery part of earth. It's of fertility. Literally, fertility, that's one of the keyword for that Queen of Pentacles. So this is indeed dealing with the Queen of Cups here, just like the message was channeled, with some kind of fertility issue for some of you. That first message, that's what's going to resonate. It may be just one or two of you, and I'm very sorry for this difficult time you're going through right now. But that's what it is. The Hierophant. Institution, family, marriage. So that negative and that was going towards the Devil card, and it's the Hierophant that comes. It's as if like you need to learn. Some of you may need to really educate yourself onto how about some negative energy that may be attached to you, okay? And for some of you, it may have to do with the belief system of perhaps your family, your parents, your ancestors. That's what that negative energy that's still seeping through right now, okay? Because the Hierophant deal with the institution, with the church, the hospitals, okay? And perhaps it was a mistake by that happened, or the negativity here is coming from a fatal error that happens to the hospital system. That just came through. I don't know why, but that's what came up. So for some of you, that may be the case, but there's nothing here that I can, that is just, it is just what it is. Let me take a love message for you from the Whispers of Love. And I will post this reading, okay? I'm not going to not post it. I know it's very negative and sad, but I feel like somebody needs to hear that message. Okay, the whole deck just flew. It's as if they're saying that they're done telling me what they're supposed to do. Trying to get a love message for you from the Whispers of Love. Well, not the whole deck, but it was a big spillage here. And hopefully you didn't see me on camera, because I try very hard not to be on camera. Alright. Spirit, what additional message do you have for Pisces friend? What additional message do you have for Pisces friends? Additional message for Pisces friends. Pray, guys, pray. Strengthen your faith. Ask for guidance on how to come out of this. There we go. Do something for someone. Listen with your heart. You are listening but need to hear with a loving heart. You are listening but need to hear with a loving heart. don't match anger with anger. Don't match negativity with negativity. If it's somebody that's causing you that hurt, that cause for this big tragedy, that you're experiencing right now, then don't match fire with fire. Okay, if you know what's the source of this, if it there's negative entities, there's negative energy, if you know what it is, don't fight fire with fire. Really listen with your heart. Okay, that's where your truth, that's your path out of this. And also that is number one. That was the bottom of the deck. It's like step one. It's like from the beginning, listen to your heart. It's like choose the path of love. The card that comes out is number 41, and it says do something for someone, give your attention to another. And look at this, she's nurturing this little baby kangaroo. So this is a love message. Okay, this is the whispers of love. So if you are in the middle of a relationship, that is a love message. Okay, you have a loved one, and that, especially if it's in the case of a loss of a child and you are both going through this, right? And look at here, you see here on that nine of wands, he's not by himself. There's support in the back. She's the one who's wounded and bandaged up, but there's support in the back. Just know that don't lose sight while you're grieving. Don't lose sight there's someone else close to you that also need your attention. Okay, give your attention to another. Don't forget, especially for those of you who may have other kids still, especially if they're young, don't neglect your relationship. Don't neglect your partner. And oh my gosh, it's the weirdest sensation I'm feeling right now, Pisces. My right eye was twitching earlier. Now it's my nose. Literally, the bridge of my nose is twitching. I've never felt that before, ever. Not even when I have a cold. I didn't even know that area could twitch. It's the weirdest sensation. So, I don't know if that means something to some of you, but do something for somebody, okay? Do something for someone. Give your attention to another. Keep on nurturing. Keep on being that Queen of Pentacles for some others in your life, okay? Yes, you have to go to the grieving process. Pray so you can come out of that, to get rid of those negative entities. Pray so you can get out of that anxiety, the sleepless night, okay? Get yourself some energy healing, some Reiki. I am a Reiki practitioner, but unfortunately I'm not yet I haven't opened my services to my YouTube community. I'm still new, I'm still growing, but there are many YouTube. Just Google it so you can find someone in your area. You can do it long distance. Long distance Reiki is just as potent, it's just as effective as, you know, in person Reiki sessions. So find different ways to remove yourself from that energy. And I want to take an oracle card for you. This is a Sacred Geometry oracle deck. Spirit, what additional message do you have for Pisces? Guidance messages for Pisces friends. Guidance messages do you have for Pisces friends? What message, guidance you have for Pisces friends? This is a wealth message. For this to come as divine justice, that loss had to happen. I mean, nobody wants to hear that. I understand. But that's the message that come through. And I don't know how that can be of any comfort, but at least you'll know. Because I felt before I pulled that justice card, that's what you were thinking anyways. You already felt that. So just so you know, it's the way it was supposed to be. Perhaps you know, at least you know that your thinking wasn't wrong in that aspect. But God's ways are mysterious, right? We don't know everything. We don't understand everything. So just pray and ask for guidance and focus on love. Focus on the light. And all these other gifts and blessings that you have around you. That all is lost. Okay, there we go. It's a lot of shuffling to get that. Merkaba. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seed of Life, number 33. And I read those from the book. And the Seed of Life, I want to give you a hint of that, because that's where my attention is going to. Beginning of change. There is information entering consciousness at this time. Listen to messages from your higher self, and especially take notice of how synchronicity is at work in your life. Pay attention to what attracts you. The more you tune yourself to the workings of spirit, the more you will be led to discover what you need to know to create your dreams and visions. Take heart and know that you are at the beginning of an exciting journey towards self-actualization. I usually don't read the bottom card, but my intuition, spirit called me to read it for you. That's a message of encouragement, okay, from spirit for you. But the card that came out here is number 46, Merkaba, and I'll pull it up so you guys can concentrate on it. Star tetrahedron. In choosing this card, you are connecting with aspects of your being that stretch far beyond your everyday life and promise to put you in touch with your higher self and universal wisdom. You are becoming a seeker of intuitive knowledge. This is no small venture, and it may become a significant part of your life path. Sacred geometry is about shifting individual and planetary consciousness from duality consciousness to unity consciousness, which is love, compassion, and heart connection. Feel this movement toward unity and honor this journey of expansion. You may wish to learn more about activating your Merkaba fields and experience the information firsthand. Select a qualified teacher and begin exploring expanded awareness and see where it may lead you. Be prepared for the adventure of a lifetime as you step into the outer limits of human potential. So I feel like the sacred geometry here, that's kind of like giving you your path out of this, your path forward, Pisces. They're literally asking you to seek a qualified teacher, to start exploring. It's almost like this tragedy, this negative moment you're going through. It's almost like a dark night of a soul for some of you that you're going through. That's a dark night of the soul before you step into the light, okay? You're becoming a seeker of intuitive knowledge. Most spiritual people will tell you that they step onto that path, the beginning, to seek more, to understand more, to gain greater awareness after experiencing something that was very tragic, or something that was that brought them basically down to the knees, okay? And for me, that was the case as well. Although my journey had started a long time before I realized that it had started, but it was something very, very, I won't say tragic, not to that extent here, but something very difficult that I was going through. That's when I really started delving deeper to really understand. So I hope you take this as an opportunity to step into the light, to choose the path of love, to start understanding and learning the greater visions, the greater mysteries of the universe, of the way God, the way of God, of the divine, and not stay stuck in this negative energy. And I hope this reading resonates with you. And look at the cards, apply it to your life as it fits, and anything that calls on you, that's your message. And thank you so much for your continued support. Come back again beginning of May, and hopefully by then we'll have a shift in the energy for you, Pisces. That's for the collective. It may not resonate for most of you, but that is a message that came through today. Thank you so much. Remember, love is the only answer. Bye.